Alright, what's up everybody? Back with another Playing Against the AI video today. We've got 5 new bots on chess.com. It's a Roman Empire. I have no idea why that's the theme for this month, but as always, we're going to try to run through them. Go quickly through the early ones, and probably end up taking a little bit longer at the end. Something I should do beforehand. Let me make sure that we have everything actually up and running here. Oh, we got fun pieces too. Let's turn the chess down a little bit. Go knight f3. Pretty solid opening so far from the 400. Okay, go knight c3. I'm not gonna slow down too much. I know against these 400 rated players, as I have demonstrated previously, I can blunder a decent amount and still pull out. So that's going to be what we're doing today. Let's go h3. Take. Here, let's castle. It's going to be trying to speed through, knowing that I can stand to make some mistakes. And still hold out just fine. Happy to see that move. Let's take the knight. And we'll take on d5. Let's just drop back. Pretty solid so far. Let's bring the rook back to d1. Here, let's hit the queen. See where it wants to go. Let's go rook e1. Thinking that I'll eventually look for queen over, trying to hit this pawn, probably d4. Certainly not yet. Here I might go for it. Let's go and start it. Let's go d4. Takes with the pawn. Okay. So here I had queen a5 in mind. Cover this pawn as well. Okay, black does let me take here. Here we take this with check. Alright, black held it together until they hung the queen there, obviously. Here, let's go and take this pawn. I have the discoveries. I don't see any that are overly valuable. Let's take this pawn. Here. Let's go with that. Flex not to take. I'll take the rook. Gives a check. We'll sidestep. We'll take the bishop. Now we just need to mate. Go and pre-move. Okay. Took down Hadrian, the 400. Next bot is Cleopatra at 850. Gonna try to speed through this one as well. I think the last one's 2100, and then there's a 1700, 1750 as well. So certainly some challenges on the last two. Hopefully no challenges on the first three. But we're doing good so far. Let's go a4 here. Try to discourage b5. Pin the knight. Trying to decide if I want to go e5 yet. Probably not. Obviously, I'm hanging upon technically getting black to double up. Let's castle first. Knight there, I'll take. Thinking about f4. On this check, I would sidestep. Bishop's protected. But trying to open up the position a bit. It's a strange one. We'll take with check. Okay. Hitting the queen. This is interesting. So here we have check. I don't think that amounts to much. Probably just rook b1. Cover the knight. I think that's probably my best option. Could try to bring the rook into a8. Queen takes, rook takes. But I don't know if that's necessary. Let's go rook b1. Let's hit the queen. Right here. I still have check if I want it, but I again don't think it amounts to much. Let's take the pawn. Okay, so black hangs the knight. This knight's obviously still protected. Here, takes, check, takes, check. King has to go here or here. Knight's not necessarily protected. We're going to start with this. I'm not entirely sure what the follow-up's going to be. Yeah, I was going to say, probably not worth calculating too much. But should be good either way. Let's give a check. King here. Let's take. Queen check. Now we just need to mate. Don't see a super clean mate here yet. Bring the queen in. Take this with check. Here. And this isn't quite mate. Am I missing a simple mate here? Here, here, here. Does that work? Yeah. Okay. All right. 2 down. Got Cleopatra. Next is Caesar. 1350. 1350. Looks like we're still recording here. Go e5. Follow up with d4. On d6, I'll bring the knight out. Premium this capture. Here, I typically like to push c4. Get the knight in. Bishop does not want to take. Whoa. A little bit of lag there on my end. So here, d5 immediately jumps to mind. I don't have to go d5. I could go b3, protect the pawn. But d5 seems a little too good. And then here, I can't quite get away with that just yet. Queen e2 takes. Don't necessarily want to take with the queen. Knight takes. I'm not necessarily threatening anything. I'm wondering right now if e6 is worthwhile. That's the question I have in my mind. Takes. And I've weakened the f7 position for black, but I don't think I've done too much else. Yeah. Okay. Queen e2 anyways. Could look to eventually try to hit f7 if on takes knight in. That might be better. I'm going to start with bishop f4. I don't know if I'm upset by that. I could en passant, but I think that helps black. Taking here opens up the king. but I don't have much of a follow-up beyond that. Takes, check. It's not going to want to play here. Bishop here. On queen here. Might be the cleanest response. Takes, check. Queen there. I don't necessarily love my position after that. I think I'm still going to hold off here. Let's go queen e2. Now black takes. I think I'm going to try bishop takes. This wouldn't work because I could just take the pawn. Maybe knight in? I could push d6. But then I would assume black would push here. I think I'm going to go knight g5. I can keep d6 in reserve. So here I was thinking knight h7. Hitting the bishop. Bishop there. Then I could go d6. Thought that is on d6. If black tries to push here, my knight could then jump in. I'm going to go for that. Bishop here will go d6. Pre-move that capture. Knight in. Yep. Check. King here. I don't have much there. I'm thinking I drop the queen back. So I guess on here, if I drop the queen back, I don't have knight f6 there. King has to run. Yeah, I don't have much of a follow-up beyond that. Takes. Queen takes is fine. Okay, I'm going to drop the queen back. I am hitting h6 here. Knight in is not what I expected. The point being that I don't really have time for this because black is threatening here. I could castle. Castle queenside, that might be a good idea. Just to get rid of any forks. I still have all the same threats. Rook in. Check here. I can certainly get my knight to safety. I could also take here looking for this. Take here. Knight f5. Doesn't work because I still have knight takes here. I don't see the follow-up for black. We'll try. So here I have this check. And that should be good. Yeah. I think black had a better response there, but second worst day of my life. It's a pretty good joke from Caesar there. All right. Next spot, Caligula, 1725. Okay. Been trying to play as well as I can, but certainly need to against this tougher rated opponent. Here we'll take. Go knight f3. And probably bishop e3 followed by c4. Queen up already. Still going to go c4. I see the point. Rush that one a little bit. Here, here. Okay, knight in first. Here, queen check. Here, queen takes. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Maybe just a3. And now takes. It seems to work out fine. Yeah. Drop the knight back. Hitting c4 again. If I just go queen c2, protect the pawn. I don't think this amounts to anything. Worth calculating though. How does this work out actually? So thought is d5, queen obviously doesn't want to take, but d5, knight takes, and then bishop takes c4. I don't see what the response is there. We'll find out. Just takes there, yeah. Just losing a piece. Here, check, here, here. And what, the knight's escaping? Dang it, happens fast. Happens fast. Just down a solid piece, probably not worth playing out. Yeah, just for the sake of time, we're gonna go rematch real quick. That was pretty rough. I feel like I do that a lot against computers where I'm in a fine position and then I decide I want to make things a little interesting and end up trying a tactic that doesn't really work. And then it gets me into trouble. Try to avoid that a bit today. Here I think queen c1 is the right idea. Keep everything protected. Let's just go bishop d3 and try to castle. I don't know what I'm missing here. Check. Just dropping the bishop back, okay. Giving up the pawn. I wonder if I should still just castle here. I'll take. And castle. Look to give a check. Bishop goes there, which makes sense. Bring the rook out anyways. Castles. Go knight here. Okay. Got my rook opened up. Can bring this rook in here. Look to hit this pawn. I assume the queen's going to drop back, which makes sense. Got some checks here that aren't going to amount to much. Queen here seems like a decent start looking at these pawns. Probably not a free pawn, but prove me wrong. Knight here. So I'm up 2 pawns right now. I'm looking at going knight e6. Hitting the fork, bishop takes, queen takes. Queen takes, queen takes, bishop takes pawn, and then I double up, and I'm up a pawn in that endgame. Interesting. Takes the bishop, so I can take the knight. Takes, takes. I can take the queen. But then surely that's good for me. Okay. Not a move I expected. I don't think it works. But I do need to find the correct response here. Takes, takes. I'm getting the piece back. I think probably just takes here. I think this is the simplest. Take. Okay. Thinking maybe bishop e3. Allow this. It's dangerous. It's not great either way. What is going to be the correct response here? I could go f4. That seems really dangerous. I think it is. I don't think f4 is a good idea. Bishop e3, allowing this. Here. Rook covers the bishop. So on a check. Here, check. I'm going to try it. And just takes the pawn, yeah. So he gave the pawns back there. Give a check. And then I'm thinking this. Try to cover the checks that black has right now. And then I'll eventually try to lift my rook. What was I thinking? Whoa. I think black just completely blundered that. Am I missing something? This is just mate, right? Wow. What happened there? Somehow I completely missed rook takes f2. Yeah, I assumed that black was going to go rook d2. Check. I'm getting mated. I don't think I can avoid mate there. Check. King has to go back. Yeah. So I gave up mate. And Caligula let me get that. Sure didn't deserve that. All right. I'm going to go quickly against Augustus here. After that terrible performance, we'll step up 400 rating points and see if it goes any better. That makes sense, right? Go c4. All right, we're going to get an opening that I enjoy. Go knight g5. I'm going to pre-move that capture. Knight a5, bishop b5, pre-move this. And then I go queen f3, and then we see how black responds. Queen up. Okay. I don't feel like that's one I've seen recently. I would assume that bishop b7 is going to come faster than I can kick that knight out. I'm going to castle. Rook over. That makes sense. Go bishop a4. Okay. I guess the point being that it stops that move. I wonder if I just kick the rook out first. I guess I'm out of follow-ups then at that point. Yeah, okay. Drop the knight back. I could go rook a4 here. Certainly. Could also go rook e1 as a tempting move. Rook a6 is not an option to hit this pawn. I guess the question is if I get that rook off the board, do I like my position? I don't love it. But that's what we're going to go for. Pre-move the capture. Black does not want to take. Kind of surprised by that. I think here I just... So then I guess the question becomes takes, take. You can jump a knight in at that point because the pawn's going to be pinned. I don't have any checks necessarily. Black's going to be able to castle. So let's take. I'm thinking about d4 here. d4 on takes, give a check. Bishop probably just drops back, which is fine. I could at least look at putting some pressure on that bishop at that point. But I think it's going to be hard to play against this pawn otherwise. I'm going to go d4 immediately. Yeah. That makes sense that black does not take there. Okay. Here I could just go takes, rook e1. This pawn is also hanging. Takes. Here. Takes makes that pawn not hanging anymore. And here. Then maybe I attack the knight. I do like that idea. Okay. I said I wasn't going to do it. Wasn't going to try the tactic that doesn't work. This is becoming quite mean. Ugh. I'm losing all the tactics right now. Yeah. This one's probably resignable. Okay. Not pulling it out against Augustus there. Go look at a game review real quick. Just for the sake of learning something here. Fairly even game. Let's go to this point here. Rook in. Is B3 the better move? Just knight C3. Yeah, okay. Okay, the knight H3. Doesn't like rook A4. C5 is a miss. Taking is a miss. D4 is a mistake. And then obviously my attempt at a nice tactic that clearly does not work. Bishop x d5 is brilliant. Perhaps. I mean, in hindsight, it seems fairly obvious. Obviously, this being the issue. But tough game. 2100 you're hard. And it doesn't help when I play moves like bishop takes h6. Doesn't like dx e5 here. I say doesn't like it. It gives it as a second move. I think that's probably what I was going to play in this position otherwise before I got excited about this tactic. Knight d2 it says is the best move. Just to get the knight into the game. Yeah. Makes sense. All right. Well, we took down 4 of the 5. Didn't really even deserve the 4th one, but oh well. Take them where we can get them. Thanks for watching. I'll wrap it up for this video. We'll see you guys in the next one.